The Energy Regulation Board ERB has increased the pump prices of petroleum products by 2.12 kwacha per litre for petrol and 2.61 kwacha per litre for diesel, while the price of kerosene has remained unchanged. ERB Board Chairperson Reynolds Bowa said the upward adjustment in prices is inevitable to ensure the sustainable supply of fuel to the Zambia market in the short-medium term.
Now, according to Bowa, the supply disruption being experienced on account of ongoing geographical tension between Russia and Ukraine have had an immediate adverse impact on oil prices, adding that fuel prices review will continue to be conducted on monthly basis. Now, joining us live on Breakfast Central this morning is the acting chairperson of the Livingstone Tourism Association, Hilary Kashempa.
Many thanks for joining us, Hilary. Now, what do you make of the situation of things in Zambia? Let's not forget that less than 5 years ago, 4 years ago precisely, there was an increase in fuel price. Now, let's look at it in terms of planning for the country and the general citizenry. Joining us live on Breakfast Central this morning is the acting chairperson, Livingstone Tourism Association. We have Hilary Kashempa. Good morning, Hilary. Many thanks for joining the program. Now, how do you make of this monthly fuel pump reviews? How sustainable are they in terms of planning for the country and the general citizenry?
Good morning, and thank you very much for having me on the program. The monthly reviews are actually, I look at it in terms of a real challenge. And, actually, as you know, fuel is actually the backbone of the economy, and it's also a major factor for most businesses that we do have. And some stability in terms of our fuel prices is really something that we do need. And if we place some kind of intervals that are likely to be taking place every month, that already means that there is some uncertainty, which is really not very good for planning. When you're looking at fuel, you look at it in the longer terms as opposed to shorter terms. The only way that could work out if it's almost guaranteed that after every shorter review we will have some kind of reduction. But we know that's not the case. It could go either way. It could be increased or adjusted upwards or downwards. So that is something which we say is not really stable and not really good for for businesses, and in terms of planning, that just throws us off board because you can't have a real solid plan even in the mid term period, so to say. So that is actually quite a challenge, and we don't know exactly how we could place this or how we could figure this around. And but one thing that we do know, it calls for concern. And it's also something that you would say brings some kind of uncertainty in terms of planning over major models.
Right, Mr. Kashempa, how is this pump increase going to affect the Zambian tourism industry?
You might be aware already that in the last 2 years, the tourism industry has really about one enemy, which has been the COVID-19, among other factors. But the COVID-19 has been a major enemy that almost crippled the tourism industry. The tourism industry is actually not really spared, from a fuel hike. And the tourism industry, obviously, it's a part of the economic, setting. Whatever happens or major things happening in other sectors of the economy actually directly gets to affect the tourism sector. We already in this context, the cost of running businesses, which already have been high, as tourism sector, we've been trying to work closely with government to see how we could reduce, the cost of, doing business so that, the tourism industry becomes more sustainable and also.
All right, we will be monitoring the situation of things, because the last time this happened, which was 4 years ago, the reason for the price increase was because of the rise in international oil prices and depreciation of the local currency, kwacha. But thank you so much, Acting Chairperson, Livingstone Tourism Association, Hilary Kashempa, for coming on the program this morning.